I'd like to start by admitting my inherent hypocrisy and complicity in crimes that voting does nothing to change, not even blood on unwilling hands. Whoever you vote for, you're voting for neoliberalism. And it's not new or liberal, it's the corporate man's shiny black shoes. Might think pre-recorded signals got people lazy, wasting space, it's more boring, and you'd much rather be done with George Microsoft. So I do apologise, because that's all I've ever wanted to do too. But some things like shit on your shoe or holes in the ozone layer, you have to do something about them. And if you have ears, I'll say some things that I think are important. And whether you listen or not is a choice of yours. But of course, some things aren't a choice, like my tiny testament and stuff. I never pick them out of a brochure, and it's not easy where I was born, but it was in Indonesia. But I wasn't born a drug dealer either. But anyway, technically this house was for England. England, not an eye, but you hate with a guy. Caused by some elevated other foreign Norman land that made the remarkable physical strength of the man's humanity startup. And started something that men do. Nothing dead yellow men cost for war, and it ain't nice. But what about those pot-bellied kids in Africa? Us not much likewise, but full of emptiness, with stars in our eyes, not flies on our eyes. We don't really care about it. We'll just go to the pub or watch something at the cinema, dance in a club. Is a football on or anything to fill our brains without worry or thoughts of change? The new soap opera's out today, to show you how to live your life, or to show you how you're living your life. Ignorance. People say that a lot, but I think the innocent are the skin-headed toddlers with the Daily Mail swastikas, page-free wankers. They need to be pitied, because they've been taught to feel that the way that they think is the truth. So they spout out lies in the common vernacular, while the madmen in suits wank over oil, while the foreign commoners suffer from Dracula as he sinks his teeth deep into their soil. And there's a good reason for our middle and lower classes, and there's a good reason for our schoolrooms and those kind of classrooms. They indoctrinate in a particular way. And let's not be hasty. Compared to some parts of the world, we're generally very rich, and at least we have access to information for now. But it does not excuse poverty here nor there, and we're still ruled by the same fucking people with periwigs, carried in modern sedan chairs with exhaust pipes, and we're still dumbed down by political stigma. Who goes to fight in the wars for us? Well, the princes can say what the fuck they like, and I don't particularly have anything against the royal family except the prefix royal. What do you think? It's a children's game of princes and princesses. They ain't noble. If they were noble, they'd quickly step down. Hand down your metal coins and cotton crown to the common man to be used as a frisbee. Because it's been long since known but badly hidden that we've tried to own everything and make it a prison. British Empire, American Empire, there ain't no difference. And the sad thing is that the common man who lives in the sand in the Middle East, he has beef with the people that you should have beef with. The people who allow our planes to drop bombs from Nimbus hideouts, killing children. Have you seen a child die on our magical televisions? Oh, that's right, of course you have, but it's mild entertainment. What about your kids? Can't you imagine them dying? And do you not have just the slightest bit of sympathetic introspection? Well, we can do something about it, and it's true. But please don't think that if you vote, you have much of a choice in these things. All it does is merely promote a system that has never worked, state and stale capitalism. But we can hope, and more importantly know, that we can make something better together. But okay, you're English and you don't give a fuck about the ghetto life or the ghetto people, either overseas or in England. And racism is practically devised guys, fads and stardom goals that will make you blind by those who have control and want to own your mind. But if you gave a fuck about your nan, then listen up. They're closing hospitals that might kill her and thousands more. They want to put a price tag on your life. What's become of us dicks to become so naive, apathetic and supercilious? So happy with the superficial that we forget about reality. If you're in the BNP and you want to trace your origins back to Shakespeare, then it's much ado about nothing, mate. You're a cunt in the old English, because mankind originates from Africa. So pack your bags and fuck off home if you think you were born from a swastika. Your hero's compost. So here's your bed of weeds, cancer flowers. Go lie in it for a bit and realise it's barren. And stop lying. No dictator was ever complimentous. Learn from them. We all make mistakes. It's never too late to change. I saw a homeless man the other day, reading a book and shivering. Maybe the book was his crime, and he wasn't drunk as stereotypes assume, but he fucking ought to be because he was freezing. Sometimes I go down to the shop and I buy myself some tennis and I get drunk. I get very drunk and I'm stupid. independent and I numb my brain so I don't have to think anymore. But tenants ain't an odd or misplaced name for such a drink. It's that pseudo-definition of free. To feel independent and safe as houses is a construction and no doubt about it. And where the hell have we been? Stuck where men don't respect but claim to own their bricks and occupiers. We're slaves, but slaves of what? And what should happen if the poor multifarious waking people, regardless of shade of colour, should divide, outnumber and at last remember those whips from the past, where the television carrots and sticks of the day have so haughtily masked? Only by keeping their enemies divided do they manage to maintain control. So that's why Daily Mail readers hate asylum seekers even though they're in the same fucking boat. Not an ark, but Titanic in the dark with an iceberg made from the finest crystals that madmen hang around their necks like medals. The reason people come to this land is because we fucked theirs up, don't you understand? Read some history, or else don't waste my time with debate. I'd rather mentally masturbate, I'd rather just masturbate. But here's the point, we have luxury problems and dog shit on pavements. And although we are not responsible for what our ancestors did, we are responsible for what we do. And we are responsible for what we do not do. This corporate state and our so-called government, through war and economics, the money they spend on politicians bailing out banks of weapons. So how would you fight the man with the gun? Be reminded that he's getting fucked over by a very small sum. Greedy people plus power equals illegitimate power. And so a world with an abundance is lost to attraction. So wake up please. Yes, I'm talking to me because the suffering should be nothing but a bad dream. And when we wake, we should work together to achieve our potential with loving endeavour. So misogynistic horses, lay down your weapons, and nihilistic huggers, those are the trees of life that you can't help but love. So don't deny it, just try and apply it, daily like the true sun, and always remember to respect your mum.